This nigga brought the chicken over my house, man. This nigga was making noises, cussing out loud and shit, talking about how good this chicken is. Then after he get through with the chicken, he looking at these bitches on this phone, man.
Nigga get horny after he eat chicken.
I'm trying to piss. This nigga is in the. This nigga is over here. I'm trying to piss, and this nigga is in the living room talking about some. Oh, look at this bitch. Oh, I'm like, man, calm your ass down.
October.
3, 2, 1.
Really, we've all been listening to the media. We've all seen what's been going on in the media. We've all heard of the name Treyvon Martin. Yep. Condolences out to him and his family. Just in like a brief summary, SMB, how you feel about the situation?
I think that if Michael Vick can go to jail for knowing about some dogs fighting, or whether he was operating it or not, or if Plaxico Burress can go to jail, regardless of state laws and all of the shit that goes along with it, if Plaxico Burress and Michael Vick can go to jail for 1, maybe 2 years for what they did for fighting dogs and shooting themselves, I feel like if you're a grown-ass man and you shoot a teenager in cold blood and you still free to walk the streets, I think it's some bullshit.
All right, so that, how you feel about the situation?
It's not the first person to get killed or what's the word I'm looking for? Looked at as a criminal without actually being a criminal and getting killed for it, and probably won't be the last. And I think that, we should take a look at it this way, instead of saying like, oh, this is a tragedy and everything like that, that we should actually do something about it. I mean, everybody, they have their own way of dealing with this kind of thing, but I'm getting tired of it. I'm sick of it. It's like, this guy pretty much got away with killing a kid, and the law treats it like he just ran over a dog or something like that. That's the way I feel about it.
I do agree with Sold Out. One of the big misconceptions I do believe is in the media that they've already considered George Zimmerman to be a white male, which he's not. He's Hispanic, Cuban. Okay?
He's Cuban.
So, where I do see that where they're saying that the race card's been drawn, I don't really see it as far as, it's really been drawn from Zimmerman. Yes, it does kind of seem like, there was some racial profiling, or he profiled Treyvon Martin, basically. But I do lay a lot of blame on the police department in Florida. Okay?
Yeah, that's
how they handled this situation.
They didn't enforce the law.
Kind of like,
that's part of my point.
They didn't enforce. I'm not done.
No, I know you're not done, but
let them finish.
But they didn't follow through according to the law what they should have been doing throughout the case itself anyway. So they really haven't even, and where I kind of get emotional about it and get upset with it is the fact that you go and you test the guy that was murdered. You go and test his body for drugs and alcohol, but you didn't bring the guy who shot the person in for drugs and test him for drugs and alcohol. So, I mean, it's just a whole lot of BS that's basically going on within the case. Now,
that's where my point really comes in.
Go ahead.
Because you think about different states that have different laws. Okay? You are inside your house. Somebody breaks inside your house. You can shoot them in their head, kill them. You're not at fault because that person broke into your house. Now, with Michael Vick in the state that he was doing it in, Virginia, that was a major law. You think about Plaxico Burress, you're not able to legally carry a gun. And he shot himself in the leg. Okay? But apparently, where Trayvon got killed at, apparently the way their laws are set up, he's not at fault.
They didn't enforce the law correctly.
They didn't enforce the law correctly. Now, of course, they're trying to say that Florida has a law called, what is it, a stand by stand or something? Is it? Am I correct?
Something like that. I don't know.
Something along the lines. Something along the lines of that. Whereas if you feel that you are endangered, or someone's endangering your life, you yourself, a regular citizen, can use full force. That does include pulling out a handgun and killing somebody, and this is all within self-defense.
Okay. Yeah, but here's the thing about that, though. One, that person has to show some kind of threat towards you.
Right.
One, that kid is like, what was he, like 140 pounds? This dude was like 2 something.
Regardless of what his weight is, the
kid was 16. The thing is, and then on top of that, it's a kid. He's young. This
16,
old. Then you got this old man. So, at what point, and on top of that, they have 911 calls where he was saying that he was chasing the kid, and the police, and the 911 people said,
told him not to.
Yeah, they said, no, we don't need you to do that. So already right there, that guy was already the aggressor, and they had that on tape, but the police automatically assumed that this black kid was doing the aggression. That's the part where I don't get, where they should have thrown that guy in jail immediately.
And what they said on the 911 call, when George Zimmerman called in, he said that there have been a lot of robberies in my area where I live at, and this young man looks suspicious.
Okay. I'm going to bring 2 things up, and this is merely for a debate here.
All right.
Now, typically, like I said, Treyvon had a package of Skittles in his hand, and he also had a can of iced tea.
Yeah, some soda.
Okay?
Whatever.
Now, merely, if somebody wants to play this whole scenario, he had it, because he was saying on the phone that he had his hands in his pocket, or his hands by his pocket. Let's say, for instance, he may have taken that hand out of his pocket and saw that can, and it may, kind of resembled like something that was metal. So he took it as maybe he's armed. All right, that's just one scenario. Okay, 2. So we all know. We all. Hold on. I got one more for you. Okay. We all know who Geraldo Rivera is. Okay.
I saw this.
So hold on.
I saw this.
So now he comes out and he says merely, the hoodie is partially what got Treyvon killed, cause he had this on.
Do that.
He's already pretty much identified himself as a wannabe gangster. So now that I have this on, I am styling as a gangster. I'm not in the gym, okay? So I don't have a right to wear this because I'm not in a basketball gym. I'm not on a football field. I'm not on a track field. So there's nowhere I'm like sweating, even though it already stated that it was raining that day. And on the phone with his girlfriend, he stated, well, I'm just going to walk faster and I'm going to put my hoodie on. Okay, because he already said that I don't know why this guy's following me or who this is following. This is America, right? Freedom of speech, freedom to basically to do as you please as long as you're still abiding by the laws. What was the wrong in that?
There was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with what he did, because if you listen to not George Zimmerman's 911 call, you listen to the 911 call that the lady that was looking outside of her window, she heard Treyvon screaming for help outside of her apartment.
Here's my question for you, guys. If you thought somebody had a gun on them, would you chase after them?
Thank you.
But you hear George Zimmerman's 911 call.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. Okay.
They said if he thought that kid had a weapon on him, honest to God weapon, he saw his hands by his pocket and he thought what he saw was a gun, didn't know exactly what it was, would you chase him?
But that wasn't said. That wasn't said in the 911 call. That was not said, bro.
I'm talking about the call here. I totally agree with what you're saying as far as that. Now, in that same breath, you see somebody with a gun, you have one on you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to walk over there?
No, because then I have to get ready for a gunfight.
That's what he was looking for. Then
That's what exactly.
That's what he wanted.
that's what he was looking for.
That's what you.
Didn't they say he was like a former cop or some shit? Like he was in the military or some shit?
No. Hell no.
I read that somewhere.
Hell no.
He wasn't a cop.
No, he wasn't shit. Okay.
He was just
a normal
He
citizen.
was wanting to be a cop in the future, but he was not shit.
So he followed him. And the dispatcher told him, look, it's not a good idea for you to follow him, but he was following him anywhere. And in the same time, in the same breath, if you listen closely, he called Treyvon a fucking coon.
Well, we haven't been able to clarify that. They haven't clarified that.
I heard it clearly myself when I heard
I'm just
it.
talking about you. I'm just talking about it right now. They haven't been able to clarify that. I've listened to the tapes myself too, and
Did you not hear it? Like it was from like 220 to 223 on the tape.
But I could also go back and review it as well. Now, okay, we all know of the incident. We all know how it happened. We all have our own opinion as far as how how it went down.
I can tell you what should have happened right after that stuff. After the
He
police-
should have left the young man alone.
No. After the police didn't do their fucking jobs, the people in that city should have went to that guy's house, dragged him out of his house, popped two in his chest, and said.
But then there would be a bunch of it would be
No,
more
I'll
black
tell you-
people going to jail.
No, damn that.
While this nigga.
Now here's the fucking deal. If the police, if the state, if the government does not enforce the laws that they put into place, then it is up to the citizens to do so themselves. Mm-hmm. Now, this guy decided to take the law into his own hands. After this guy killed this kid in cold blood, and the police decided not to do anything about it, the police left it up to the citizens to do something about it. Mm-hmm. They should have drug him out of his house, popped two in his chest, and said that I feel threatened by that guy because he's killing people for no damn reason. Mm-hmm. So it's self-defense.
We all know what has been done or what has happened.
I'm talking about what we should do. What should have been done after this.
Okay, that was
We
then.
know what happened.
That was then. That happened on February 26th.
That happened a month ago. And they found out, and we found about it just now.
Okay.
When the police decided not to do anything about it is when people should have actually taken action in their own hands. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I feel you on that. I'm not disagreeing with you, sir.
There's a lot of things that could have been done. A lot of things that could have been done at that point in time, even out of anger, frustration, emotion.
It's not even out of. It's not even out of all that.
Hold on, listen, because partially, and what it does sound like, what's coming out of you, that does drawn from emotion.
That's not emotion.
That's drawn from emotion.
It really is.
It's not emotion. What I'm saying
that's
is
an emotional driven thing for you to go out and go do.
It's not emotional.
But let me tell you something.
Go.
Two wrongs don't make a right. You don't go out and kill. You don't go out and shed blood for
blood.
So
you let somebody just
both
go
lefts. Both lefts make it right.
No. So it's okay to let this guy go out and kill again?
Didn't say that.
So it's okay for the police to let that guy go again?
Didn't say that either.
So they let him go because they thought he did the right thing.
Didn't say that either.
So if they thought he did the right thing, even though it was the wrong thing, who's going to correct it? The people should correct it.
But what I'm saying is, okay, even with what you're saying, okay, there's 2, maybe to 3 parents that have to deal with what happened to that child. They didn't have all the answers right then and there. Okay, so it takes time to collect yourself before you react.
One thing you have to take into consideration. One thing you have to take into consideration is the world that we live in.
It's based on fear.
Now, this man made sure that he made a 911 call to make sure.
You brought that shit right back to 911.
Dude.
No. Film
Let
it.
him talk.
Film it right quick. This man made sure that he made a 911 call to make sure that this young man was causing a disturbance in his world.
Now that we've got to this point, okay, we know that the man is still out there walking around. This is my question. What, as us, as a people, as a whole, can we and should we do about it?
I already said what we should do.
Sure.
What I think we should do is speak out and make sure that, yes. I mean, you wanted to occupy Wall Street, didn't you? You wanted to occupy Denton. You wanted to occupy downtown Dallas. You wanted to occupy these nuts.
That's why they just swept up all those people from Occupy Wall Street. They just swept them all under the rug.
Yeah,
act like
just like they're gonna sweep under the rug all of these people that's wearing hoodies. I know that's what you're thinking.
Now, Here's the deal. We all know that everybody in Occupy Wall Street got swept under the rug because all they're doing was talking. The only thing that people understand truly, especially the government, is radical action.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to do something radical in order for something to change.
Okay, so when the Miami Heat came out and everybody had hoodies on,
there was
representing Treyvon, everybody had their hoodies on.
All to be forgotten by next week.
Yeah, it will be forgotten by next week on your part.
All right. I'm going to challenge you what you just said. Did Martin Luther King do anything radical?
Yes.
What?
One, let's see. He went to jail for everything that he believed in.
Yep.
And let's see.
That's it.
Yeah,
everything he talked about, and Ness said that in Songs Today, everything he talked about was based on a dream.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everything that he did.
Not a reality.
His whole philosophy was based off of Mahatma Gandhi. Everything. So it's all about peaceful.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that was his thing. Mm-hmm. That's the way he went.
Okay.
And then, but what actually helped his cause go through was other black people who said that, hey, if his idea don't work, let's do it the violent way. If they don't want to respond to that, look at this documentary called Black Power Mixtape. It's very good.
Regardless of what goes on from here on out, and even with the whole the hoodie campaign, the Skittles, or whatever the case may be, or if something doesn't change, we still have this in history as us as a people, not just black, but as white folks as well. We all tried and made an attempt to stand up for a cause.
Yeah,
that's what this morally is more about.
We're banding together.
Of course, this may happen again. And it's more than likely it will. And it has happened in the past, of course. But
I mean, think about Jasper, Texas.
Dude, I'm not done.
I'm just saying, think about Jasper.
Let me finish.
I'm letting you finish. I'm just chiming in, sir.
I don't need to chime in right now. Let me finish. Okay?
Love you too.
But even what has happened in the past and what's happening now, if somebody didn't even do anything in the past, and maybe we have marched in the past, like I said, we can still hold this as some of us, or even the person that's in the wheelchair, the person that's blind, the person that's deaf, they made an attempt to make awareness and bring awareness to it.
Damn right.
Okay?
Okay.
And that's all that person that's either deaf, blind, or in that wheelchair can do is maybe wear this hoodie. And that's all I'm saying.